All right, we're started. That was also included in it. Thank you for that show. This is part 4 of us playing Blades in the Dark. And who are we? We are the players. I am the GM. And we with and these fine folks are
me. I'm the fine folks.
Yeah, the other people are just folks, less fine. No, I don't know. More fine?
Whoa.
I don't know.
Whoa.
Why is Tyler all of a sudden 1,000 yards away?
I don't know. Why is that?
Seems so low. Oh, you're here. I'll turn your volume up. Hopefully,
What is happening?
there we go. Perfect. Excellent. Yeah, fine. There we go. There we go. Everything's fine. Everyone's now a fine folk. And we're playing the princes in the palace.
Princes.
Or you were playing that?
Princes
I am challenging the princes. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I like this game. This also will be our last score on this mini campaign. It's such a good little dip into Blades in the Dark that I will be wanting to come play this again. Possibly continuing from these players. We're gonna take a break and play a different game because I feel like we want to play a bunch of small mini campaigns, and that way we can learn a bunch of systems, which is probably my actual hobby rather than playing RPGs.
The absorption of knowledge.
It kind of feels that way sometimes. But anywho, let us introduce our characters, I guess. Who wants to start? We have oh right, did you name your spider, Tyler?
I did. I'm Arcos Pine.
Right, we should change that on the thing here. How do I rename this? Arcos Pine?
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
I don't know why I chose that. I don't remember how I came to that name, but that's me.
It's Arcos. Never mind. Pine. That sounds cool. See if I can. There we go. Or that's close. Properties. One more. There we go. There. Look. So good. Such a good thing on the stream. Looks good. Switch this now. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Good. So Arcos Pine. Who is Arcos Pine? Give me a couple sentence little thing of who they are. And I guess it's been a bit of time. So feel free to, or should we do like a recap? Let's do a quick recap.
A quick recap.
So I guess last time, the princes, I believe the last score was basically getting the Red Sashes to agree to let you sell your product in Charter Hall. And you did so via secret ghost methods, mind control, and rode the edge of ruin all the way to Profit Town. And I think last session was just a recovery session where you kind of found out what was happening because they missed a few payments, and so you chose to kind of get involved a little bit with the crow. Was it the crow? No, the Lampalax, I believe. Did I write it down?
No, we're gonna have beef with the Lampblacks, I think. Where's the factions?
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, they were being hassled by the Lampblacks, and we were having to consider whether or not
Yeah,
we were going to
we're
do
trying
something
to
about
ally
it.
with the Red Sashes.
Right. And so
Lampblacks are
and
like our
so
big
the
nemesis.
the Lamp Blacks were at currently they're kind of being embroiled in a war with the Red Sashes, and you're kind of allying yourself. At least you're currently like allies. You're not like fast friends where they expect you to act on their behalf. But you kind of met with the Red Sashes. You're like, is there anything we could do? And they're like, if you go fight them, figure out a way to like end the war via blood, we'll consider you friends. And then you're like, that sounds dangerous and not what we do. So you decided to do something though, which was, I believe, steal the war chest, so they don't have any money to fund their people, which could do a big blow against the Lamp Blacks. And your friend, was it Charnel, went off. His friend got picked up by the police and questioned, and then Charnel went and was like not able to use his contact, so he had to go to a different like bar or something, some seedy underbelly, and then became lost in vice. So you're relying on an Arcos Pine. And so who is Arcos Pine, Tyler?
Oh, he's a tall, filthy-looking man with an owl's face. Not really sure what kind of person they really are, but they love gambling. They're all about high risk, high reward.
Okay.
If anything, you could describe them as bird-like.
Bird-like. And of course they're a spider, which means you're all about having planned ahead of time. So 2 times the score, you can assist a teammate without paying stress. That's pretty good. So you can just offer dice to your teammates because you're forethinking. And as you get as a spider levels up, you'll be able to do free downtime actions and free like flashbacks and stuff like that, or something to that effect. Which is kind of the spider's jam, is that they're always trying to outwit the opponents.
One time I brought a lady home and I said, crawl into my web instead of crawl into my bed, and they were more bothered by that than the latter when I corrected myself.
Can imagine.
Yeah,
spider life, it can be tough sometimes.
Spider life can be tough. Yes. So Nevermind can attest to that. Anywho, Chris has a character that was part of all the other scores called Red, or Mickey Bird. So Chris, tell us a couple of. Let's reintroduce Mickey Bird.
So Mickey Bird is a Skovlin refugee who has gotten tired of trying to make an honest living and has decided that he can use his nimble fingers and quick I don't know, quick what body part would you use to describe someone who's like nimble?
Someone who's what?
Like nimble. I don't know.
Reflexes?
Fingers?
Feet?
Yeah, but I already said the fingers. I can't say fingers.
Quick reflexes, maybe?
Yeah, that is definitely true. Quick reflexes.
A tough jugular.
Like a nervous system?
Yeah, exactly.
Fast twitch muscle fibers.
Yeah, as twitchy as if he were a meth addict, but he isn't.
So it's all trained to a fine point.
Oh, he's like my favorite Grendel when he fought the Pope.
Anyway, yeah, he's a thief, and that's this is all in service of his ability to make an easier life for himself than the one that was presented to him.
Yes. All right. Cool. And excuse me, I burped. Hopefully that wasn't very loud into the microphone. Then last but not least is Andrew, who is the mind behind Sly, or Jonathan Timbleburn. Who is Jonathan Timbleburn, or is he known as Sly?
So Sly, or Jonathan Timbleburn, is a Tecostrian diabolist. He's got an orange tinge to his skin, hinting at demonic blood that runs through his veins and the veins of his ancestors. And he was exiled from the land across the sea for causing trouble with the masters of the occult. So now he's in this shithole, selling drugs with his band of merry men, and they're trying their best not to get killed by the gangbounds that's all around them.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds like something a fallen diabolist might get tied up in. Yeah, did I write it down on a piece of paper? Because I don't. Got a little booklet. I did not. I feel like I drew a picture. Is it on a different page? Oh, it is on a different page. And we talked about this a little bit.
Which one?
This picture. About the score that you guys were going to do. And I'm going to change the background to be dark. Let's see if that makes it look better. Make it darker. Let's turn the grid off. That's a bit better. All right, you're on the same picture as me. The green, the black now.
Yep.
And if I recall, this was the grounds of the Lampblack's headquarters, which was like an abandoned, I guess, house complex. I can't remember the name for such a thing. Chatel?
Stronghold?
Chatel? No. I don't know, like it's like an Italian name. I can't remember. Is there a name for like
Chateau?
Chateau? Maybe.
Got
Like Chateau de Bluff.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Sure. There's like so it has like wings, and there's like little smaller houses and stuff around it, and then it's kind of like built on the side of a hill. There's a canal at the bottom, and then there's like these like, it's like kind of old, but now they're like kind of slightly newer, but also run down apartment buildings around it. I think were these the apartment buildings that I like rolled up? Testing some of the macros. Good. Last game. The last bit. Oh yeah, so the exterior building is cut stone blocks with landscaping detail. Ah yeah, so the main building here. I actually changed my color. Red. The main building here, made up of these like basically brick blocks. These like, but it's not. They're too large to be considered brick. They looks more of like a castle tower than a brick house, but it's more rectangular and less like a fort. It's a very unique architectural styling, kind of placing it pre-Cataclysm, but still new in essence, that like it carried through the Cataclysm and had a resurgence. And landscaping, so basically it had had like gardens, but they're long, long withered, but they still have like stone gardens, and they have like these weird withered trees, and there's actually probably like a few like large mushrooms that are maybe a few feet big, that are growing that look like they could be colorful, but if not, in the constant gloom. And then, yeah. And then the other building, I think this one was wooden. And then this one was metal. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, which one was wooden?
This one.
Okay.
Or I can just write on here. Or change the color of the text to gray. Wooden, metal, stone. There we go. And I think you specifically, I think was it Red who dug up some details at like City Hall about basically how it connects to the underground sewer system in the tunnels below. And you also, I think, know that they're on the kind of second floor, like office where like the boss is. There's a safe behind his desk, and you want safe, I guess, is the name of the game. And I think that's where we were, and we were thinking about how you're going to get it, and by thinking about it, we stop and we just say, that's not what we should be doing. We shouldn't be thinking. We should be doing, and by doing, I mean rolling. the start. So
Okay.
let me start a game again. I'm trying to find the page. I don't really use little post-it notes. Instead, I fumble through the book. There we go. Not a fortune roll, but it's close. Not a resistance roll, it's not a gather information, it's not consequences. Not setting. Where is it? Engagement roll, that's what it's called. I'm just trying to remember it so I can look it up. 127. There we go. So in the engagement roll, we pick the type of plan. So there's the assault, there's the deception, there's stealth, occult, social, and transport. You pick a detail, and I think you already know one detail. That there was the underground underground tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about possible methods of getting in there. There is, and let me, you tell me, but I just want to kind of remind us what we were talking about before on last session. I think Chris mentioned that perhaps lighting the nearby building on fire or something like that, to that effect, to try to draw them out.
Yeah, it was like the garden, maybe, because it had like a bunch of hedgerows in it.
Yeah, like hedges that are like all dry and like shriveled up, and you're trying to and that could be both either stealth or deception, because deception could be like lure, trick, or manipulate, in which case you're trying to trick them by lighting on fire and then getting in. Or it could be stealth because you're just sneaking in through the underground. So there's two different things. The details would be just slightly different in either case, but or you could do something totally different. You tell me what you guys want to do.
Hmm.
I'm gonna turn down the music slightly. Not loud.
Yeah, I think that plan is a safe plan.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think like the idea is get a distraction, sneak in while they're distracted, and crack the safe, get out
Mm.
before they realize they've been robbed.
So it's stealth with the point of infiltration being underneath while
The
they're
sewers.
distracted.
Yes.
Cool. I like that. Item loadout. You light, medium, or heavy load?
I think normal will be fine.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for normal.
Hey. And then
I can go with light, actually.
We're gonna go light.
Yeah.
That reminds me, Sean. For items, if it says the ones in italics don't count for load, does that mean I can just take them for free?
Let me look. Attacks don't count for load. Yeah, they're like small little things that get used up when you use them, or you can use them again. Like
Okay.
I guess
You can only use them like once per mission, basically.
Yeah, or like maybe lockpicks, you can just have them and then you use them, but they're
Got it.
but all the other things usually are just like kind of like once per thing. Like, all right, so clear
Okay.
your loads. Hopefully, click that what you're having. And let's do the engagement roll. Yeah, the engagement roll. So, the big time faction. Not really. They're like what, faction level 2? Lampblack's 2 with the weak hold.
I think so.
Kind of want to say there would normally be level 2. Like there'd be normally a lot of people here. Maybe this is more like a level 1 because they're currently at war and they have a lot of members like currently out doing things.
Mm.
So that just that matters. But okay, so we start with 1 die for just sheer luck, because you're lucky. Get 1 die. Operation particular, bold or daring. Or overly complex or contingent on many factors. I don't think it's overly complex or contingent on many factors. But sneaking in and stealing and leaving on a gang that kind of wants revenge on you slightly might be daring. I think that might be daring. They do want revenge. They know who you are.
If we get caught, it'll end very badly for us.
You'll certainly be at war with them if you get caught. Does this plan expose a vulnerability or hit them where they're weakest? I do think it exposes a vulnerability. Are they strongest against this type of approach or have particularly special preparations? I don't think so. I think they would normally have just a lot of people in there, but they're vulnerable right now. You're currently at 3 dice, and plus you have the secret entrance into their base, which I think is good. Can any of your contacts friends provide aid or insight of the operation? I do think was it your friend who gave you the details, Red?
Yeah, my friend's a city clerk.
Yeah, so we
dug up the plans.
Yeah, they gave you the plans and dug them up, and you actually have a set of blueprints. Not only do you know there's like a connection underground, you do have blueprints, whether you choose to bring them with you or not. You can bring them as documents or what have you to choose some roles. But I give you an extra dice for that. Are there other elements you want to consider? Maybe a lower tier target will give you +1, maybe a higher tier target give you -1. Maybe there's a situation in this mission that makes operation more or less tricky. I'm going to say that you would have been at -1, just because they're higher tier and they're like outnumber you, but you also have that like slight diversion going on. So I think you just 4 dice, an engagement roll with 4 dice. Someone want to make that? I think you just roll on the prince.
I'll do it.
So you go to the prince's crew sheet. Where's the engagement roll? Engagement roll is right under, right beside the contacts, kind of on the was it the third kind of mini column? So
I got it.
You hawkers, engagement roll, 4 dice. Let us see how we start. Ooh, so 6.
Oh wow.
Means I think you're in a controlled position. So I do think you entered into the bottom of the we just want to switch the music to be a little bit more away from the intro. I'm gonna stop the intro playlist. We're gonna click open the game playlist. Hopefully it's not as loud. Lying down a bit. Okay. There you go. And yeah, these are all the that Kevin MacLeod or Incompetech royalty-free music.
Thank you, Kevin.
But yes, so let's say that you've successfully snuck into the cellar and are making your way up through the basement. You hear a lot of like people moving about because that the raging fire in the courtyard up above. However you set it off, let us say some sort of timed electrochemical device that spewed some fuel and lit it before bursting the flames itself, causing a big uproar, and people and you timed your entrance at the precise time it would go off. So you hear some people who are like probably in the cellars, storing food or wine or what have you that they store in the cellars, start rushing as people are saying like there's a little bit of confusion. Some say there's an attack, some say there's just fire in the courtyard, and so people are rushing out to defend and or put out the fire for this complex. In the resulting confusion, you're able to slip in. You're in, the interior is probably like smoothened stone, but it's probably like just concrete. It's probably been fixed up. There's probably, I imagine somewhere between like smooth stone, like mortar filling in the gaps, and then like over the years like concrete patches, and like fix it up to be more of like basement. And you're probably in a wine cellar, so there's probably like wooden crates and wooden storage, and you entered through probably a like iron gate that had a lock on it, and we'll start with you guys like closing the gate behind you, because you successfully got the engagement roll. You know that the window of opportunity. We're actually gonna just come back to the table, and I'm gonna start a 6-segment clock. Is this 6 segment? Yeah, this is a 6-segment clock for the score called the window of opportunity. is shrinking. So if you take too long, more people will be out and about. So I'll say the fire's put out, actually. So you don't have a lot of time. They will be working to do that. What do? You're stealthily infiltrating this the basement. You tell me. What plans have you laid? Where do you go? There is a series of tunnels in the basement that lead to stairs. There's various different places you can come up. You can come up in either the wings, or like the kitchen. There's no. Is there a stairway? There might be a stairway. That leads. I'll say there is probably a stairway that leads kind of like up into the main building. There's probably some sort of servants' stairwell that leads. Trying to like make this bigger. The fire is put out. There we go. So yeah, there's probably some sort of servants' quarters. Our servants' quarters, but stairwell that leads into the main kind of building that's likely to have a large like dining room, and then so that the people can go get wine and other food right away. But that's probably most likely in the kitchen area. So I don't want to sketch out this building, room to room, but you find and you kind of know a gist of where to go. But yeah, that not everyone is gone, but everyone on this main floor. Above, yeah, you can kind of hear people leaving the building, and exiting, and so you tell me what you do next.
Okay, can I actually attune to the ghost field to see if I can sense where there might be like a heavily warded area that I can sense is like warded against ghosts?
So you're trying to like find out like
Yeah, like it might not be the room, but it might be like an important room.
okay,
So I'm kind of gambling that
Well, we
it's gonna
know
be like...
where the room we're looking for is.
yeah, you probably had like access to the blueprints, but are you just being like trying to like be like this? Are you looking for other opportunities, or are you looking to expedite your way through the building because you can have like a sort of ghost compass, if you will? What are
Yes.
both those things? Sure.
Yeah. Well, mostly in terms of locating the room, but
Okay. Well, opening yourself up to the ghost field is always dangerous thing to do.
yay.
So in terms of beginnings, what are even the levels of thing? You tell me.
I think it's risky. What is it?
Rolled, risky, and desperate.
Desperate. Thank
So
you.
it's definitely desperate, and the level of effect I will say is standard. If you'll be able to determine the wards. You probably even be able to like if you roll well, you probably be able to like know how to defeat some of these wards, and definitely if anyone's wearing like warded charms, which probably many of the leaders and some of this like foot soldiers who are more superstitious would carrying, you know their whereabouts as well. Very useful roll. Let's see if how well you do it though.
So pushing takes 2 stress. I won't push myself here. I'll play it safe.
You want to hear a devil's bargain?
Sure.
Uh, so if you open yourself up to the ghost field, I will advance the clock by 1 for Cetera's search for Sly. So you'll
What's
get
that right now?
it's at 4 out of 8.
Sure.
But you'll get an extra die for this.
I'll do it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And that's pass or fail, so I'm going to advance that now then.
Okay.
That they're sensing you.
Oh shit. I've got to use my downtime. Okay. I attune.
Ooh.
Oh.
That is partial success or success with complication.
Okay. I think I got that bonus die.
Hmm. What? First position. I think I'll just give you reduced effect. Yeah, you can kind of generally sense
Okay.
the location of some of the wards. Definitely the most warded object is probably in the direction of where you think the safe is.
Okay.
There's too much actually just to go on. The people are moving so fast that you kind of get this vague and this building's really old, so it's like there's just lots of ghost things about it. Then maybe not a lot of wards, or maybe the wards are weak. You're not and you're not really familiar. Maybe it's slightly different than the kinds of wards you're familiar with too. But definitely you kind of have a gist of an idea that above you, kind of like one of the corners of the building, kind of the back corner, is probably it kind of confirms what you've looked at of the blueprints, is that there's definitely a safe in that room. You kind of have an idea that there is also some sort of ward in that room. Those things could be connected.
Okay, awesome. That's exactly what I wanted. So at least I have an idea of where to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's dangerous. So I was going to give you cooler things and maybe even have ideas and ghost visions. But maybe you hear whispers of ghosts and you're like, what? You can't really. It's all too confusing.
Okay. Yeah, I can't get a good read, but I got a sense. So.
Yeah. All right.
I look over at Sly. I think, we clear?
Yeah, it's this way.
I nod and I say, okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna head up a staircase, not directly below where the place is, but a little ways away from it.
Yeah, so you head up the staircase and you reach the top and you probably it's definitely just the doorway to the main hall is kind of hanging ajar. It's not doesn't have automatic closing doors or whatever, so it has been open. And it's probably someone who you heard probably rush out and when the alarm was called, left the door open and it's swinging slowly. And you see that definitely there's a guard standing. It's more of a big hall. Think Beauty and the Beast, where there's those two staircases, or Scarface, where there's those two staircases on the sides of the on the sides going up into a landing, a mezzanine, and then that's probably where the bedroom is. There's definitely a guard kind of in that area, probably just leaning on and then looking out toward the front door, trying to pay attention to what's going on there, because you can see flames and fire and people shouting. You can probably hear that too. And there's still a couple people leaving, but after a couple of moments, most people are out there, and there's probably a couple of people talking a little ways away from the front door. Like outside, like kind of like talking about it. They weren't a part of the whole. No one gave them a specific job, and so they're like lounging about, or maybe they're a little higher up. They're not taking part of like putting out the fire. When it was clear that there was nobody there like stabbing people or shooting people, now it just a lot of the people there are now just watching the fire and burn. And wondering if it'll like actually light the house on fire. Well, the other half of the people are like trying to put the fire out. So yeah, there's like a guy standing guard, and he's kind of like half distracted. Where you're situated, you're probably coming actually not from the front, but from the back. So his back is to you, and the other staircase is free. So what are you doing here? Are you to deal with this? Are you just stealthily slipping up? Or are you gonna like knock him out without a sound? You tell me the approach.
So where is he situated exactly? Where are we situated, and where is the staircase?
All right.
I get what you're saying, right? There's like a big hall, and there's a staircase that like goes up both walls, and then enters kind of into the bottom is kind of in the center of the room.
Yeah.
I assume of both the staircases facing each other, and then the top there's like a balcony basically that overlooks the hall.
Yes, that's exactly that.
And then this guy is standing.
Let's say he's like on the left side, like the left staircase, and you're on like the other opposite wall, and he's kind of a little ways behind, coming out of like a side door to this room. So probably to your right is like an unguarded staircase, but that's like directly perpendicular. If you'd need to like definitely sneak past him and roll well for him not to see you guys go up there. But he is actually leaning on the stairwell railing, like the opposite stairwell railing, looking out. So the door that you're coming out of is actually further in the room. The mezzanine's probably above you, but not like completely, above you, if that makes sense. You didn't, because you said you didn't want to come out like underneath, but there's this like this hall. So I don't know if I want to draw it out, because I don't think it'll make too much sense. I think that description's enough. There's just a guy. He's not facing you. He's facing like the outside. Further away on the outside, you can see other people. Like imagine like that meme where there's like that guy who's like looking at Earth. Imagine Earth is just on fire, and that guy is that guy looking at the front door and outside the fire, and then you are looking at him behind. But there's also a stairway in line with the other guy.
What you're saying is we should go put a pistol to his head and.
No, I'm saying
Say
what I'm saying is I'll sneak up the stairs, and then we'll go to like an exterior wall of the building, and I'll throw down a rope for you guys and haul you up.
Okay, wait, you're gonna go.
I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna sneak up the stairs. I'm sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys are less sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go there, and then you guys will go. Like you guys can go to an exterior window. I'll lower down a rope for you from the second floor, and we can haul you up once I'm past the guy.
Okay.
So we go back outside.
Coordinate this because we have the blueprints, so we know where the windows are.
Okay. Yeah. I like it. Yeah. I think. Are you gonna take documents? Or
yes, I will take the blueprints so that I'm able to like. I'll say like, okay, look, I'm gonna go to this window. You guys go to that window, and I'll lower a rope down for you.
Okay. Yeah. So that sounds like it is sneak. There's this one guy, and he's not paying attention. So I'm gonna give him, the same. He's the same tier as you. He is effectively not a scout. So it's going to be standard effect, and I'm gonna say you're still in control. Like you didn't give up your controlled position. There's still a big raging fire outside. So controlled position, standard effect. To go up, and yeah, and while the other two must head down the hall, or like the adjoining back hall or whatever, to like down one of the wings to like get to a window.
If I were to say equip my fine shadow cloak, which allows me to improve my effect while sneaking around, would I have a great effect?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, in that case, I will do exactly that.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know. Fine shadow cloak. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's basically it says it's made of Eruvian shadow silk that blends into the darkness around it. It improves your effect level when you sneak around.
Okay, nice.
Ooh. Yeah, it's great effect.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that. Ooh, nice. That's success without any complication. You're able to sneak past him. He didn't even notice you. Noticed like the moving shadow, because the raging fire outside is quite big. You're having, you're everything's going to plan. Is timed right. You're able to lower down. Do you have a rope to lower down?
That count as just a thing.
Climbing gear maybe, or
climbing gear, I guess it kind of means like that I would use it to climb, but I guess it doesn't really, right? It's just that anybody can use it.
Yeah.
All right, I will count it as climbing gear.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you have like ropes or
By the way,
whatever, and
we have Hawker's rigging, so we get like +1 load.
Yeah, to like for like
How did we
weapon or
pick that up
something.
for our...
Oh yeah, it reminds me. The you have
our crew upgrades. It says Hawker's rigging. One
Oh, we
carry
did take that. Okay,
concealed
nice.
and has no load.
Okay, nice. So we're just loaded.
Yeah, usually like a blade or a pistol would be.
or drugs
Yeah.
or something.
I guess my documents would technically, although I don't know how concealed. I guess that makes sense. I could like hide them in a boot or something.
Yeah, something. However you want to. You lower the rope. You're like in position at the window, and yeah, like Nevermind is like looking at like I guess like a maybe a pocket watch of some sort, and be like, nah, now, and you like look up, and like a rope like dangles out the window, and yeah, you I guess climb it. I don't know if I don't think there's people watching outside.
Well, the idea of causing a distraction on the far side of the building is that.
So I don't think I'm gonna make a roll. I think I'm just gonna be like, it happens. You're up on the second floor, probably a few rooms down from like the main double door room, but you're still on like the you're still on the same floor as the big master bedroom or / meeting room. I think it's probably like a meeting room, and then behind would be the bedroom, but it's all kind of just one room now, because he uses it as that. Doesn't use the bedroom as a meeting room. He just uses it all as a meeting room. It's just like it's more of like a lounge area and then a meeting room. And yeah, you. So yeah, you guys are now together on the second floor. What do you do? What's the plan?
So
get
where's
there.
the chest relative to us? It's still above?
Oh yeah, so
We're on
you
the floor.
yeah, you can like sense it that it's probably like a few rooms down from you. As you roll to like sense where it is. So yeah, you know that it, like the vault is probably a vault. I guess, is it a vault? Yeah, sure. The little like thing is the thing with the money. I don't know. Safe. That's what I wanted. Like the smaller thing, the small vault. The small vault is the safe is a few rooms down from you, so you couldn't like go through the wall, for example. That wouldn't be a thing you would be able to do here. You'd have to go over to the next room over. I guess I could give Chris some information about the top floor. Is he went through it. It is let's roll for interiors. The building has creaky floorboard interiors, so like you're able to masterfully navigate the creaks.
Feeding the walls, the center of the floor creaks.
And there are the people. Yeah, so most like anyone who is actually like would probably be staying in the upper floor or like, you know, have a thing to do. Is probably out on like the front step or like the front landing, looking at the fire and not helping because they're like probably like, you know, drinking alcohol and like being like, what, who started this? And there's probably like people like sweeping, looking around for people who like maybe have started the fire, but they're probably more. It's probably yeah. That's all I wanted to say is that it's suspiciously quiet, but maybe not so suspiciously, just because you know where the people are.
All right, well let's get to the room. No time to waste.
All right, so you get to the room. It has like these big white like doors with like glass little window things that you could see through like all the way down. Think the window or the that like thing that like Tony Montana comes out of and kicks his way out. That, but more elegant, more old fashioned.
I put to the glass. What do I see?
You see probably like a couple of lampblacks passed out, and there's definitely like a lounge / bar area up here with maybe you're not sure how they did it, but it's like what looks like a pool table is like up here, and it's definitely way too big for the doors, so you're a little unsure on like the logistics of it all. But it's definitely like a lounge, but all of the people here are like all the people who are like not like still sober are now like who are like higher ups are outside. There's probably like a low level like bartender who's like clearing the tables and stuff, and is trying to get whatever, but they don't look like a gang member. They maybe look like they're just hired to be a bartender.
Oh, okay.
And this is where we believe the safe is?
Yeah, so this is like the outside, like it would have been probably more of like a meeting room or a dressing room or maybe even a smoking room, and then there's like a room beyond that doesn't have a door anymore that you can see like a big desk on, and there's nobody there. Like the leader isn't there. They're probably out doing some sort of like mission against the Red Sashes currently. But yeah, you have to like you it's within sight. It's oh so close, but there's this bartender there. So how are you dealing with it? Are you just gonna like open the door and convince the bartender that you belong, or are you gonna take them out, or are you just gonna like open the door stiffly while they're like cleaning glasses? What are you doing?
So what? Yeah, is Is the safe like in the room with the bar, or is it like somewhere past it?
It's past the room, like definitely in the room with like the big desk. It's like this is like an outer office area that they would, or like whatever, if you can think of that, but it's transformed into like a lounge.
I see.
It has, yeah, it has just enough room for like seats around the side and like two small tables, like round small tables, and then like and the seats are probably like big like couch like things, and there's like a small bar on the opposite side of it, which would be like the right side, and there's like some couches on the left side, and then the opposite side of your door is like an open archway that you can see an office in, and there's like a guy passed out on the couch, another guy at like the wooden chair, kind of passed out, snoring loudly, in you know, deep in his cups, and the bartender is like going around, now that he has like a time to stop serving people, collecting all the cups, and he's like dumping the liquid and down like a small drain, and yeah, doing minor stuff.
I feel like there's a service hallway here that we can use to avoid all this, because I talked to my friend August for this. He probably as an architect, he knows the layout of the building.
You're doing a flashback scene?
Doing a flashback.
You have a friend, architect master named August. Okay. And for a service hallway.
Hallway.
Okay. I'll say that will cost you 2 stress.
You stress? All right.
Okay, yeah, and so, you know, as you're looking in, you're like, you tell him, you recall that there's a service hallway on the side of the bar, so that, you know, the main door doesn't ever have to be opened, in order to like service the bar. But, you know, in addition, you know, you can get into an area that like kind of goes past the bar, and would be used for like restocking purposes. It's like a small door, probably behind a, you know, and it would be used by the service person to restock like the personal bar on the inside, when they're taking meetings or what have you. Yeah, you can.
I look over like the blueprints, and like this server is not on it. I'm like, huh.
Odd.
Probably because it's they don't want people like us seeing it. But I know.
Imagine. Oh.
It was probably a more recent addition, and that's why like an architect who's like knows renovations people and stuff was able to recall, whereas you have like an older, more ancient
official city, like registered with the city plans.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason why like the walls further back on the map compared to what we can see through the door.
Yeah, you look at it and you're like, doesn't this like, yeah, this would be like a big here, and you like notice that there's like a small like door, that's not quite on the maps, and so yeah, it's locked. So tell me, what have you either prepared or plan to do about this locked door?
I pick it.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be that sounds controlled and standard effect, I believe, for picking. How you pick it? What skill do you use?
Fine lockpick.
With what skill?
Tinker.
Tinker. Yeah, that sounds like a tinker. Yeah. So yeah, it reminds you, I said controlled and standard effect to pick this lock.
Sorry, 1 second.
Takes you some time to pick this lock. You weren't quite familiar with the tumble. Like you thought this model of lock was like a 4 tumbler, but it's actually like a 5 tumbler, and so it threw you for like a small loop for like temporarily before you got your bearings. I'm gonna mark 2 ticks on this. The fire's put out. But you pick the lock. You enter the service hallway. You know, occasionally you hear like the clinking of glass as the bartender's like carrying a bunch of glass into this like little sink, and like you can hear the tap running and a little bit of the water. I don't know if we'll say there's tap. There's pressured water. There's water pressure here in Dustfall.
Maybe have like a tank on the roof or something.
Yeah, it's probably something like that. Because you can't actually draw the water, otherwise it'd be jet black from the canals. Yeah.
So when we were looking into the lounge, we could see the room that had the safe?
Yeah. It was like
Okay.
an archway.
Like, could we tell if there was anyone in that room, or did we not know?
There's one on the desk, you could tell.
Okay. Is it possible for me to try attuning to the wards in that room again to see if there's any, like, if I can detect a presence or any disturbance or movement in the room? Or is that not possible? Just thinking now that we're closer, maybe I can, like,
I think
sense if there's, like, someone standing there, like, moving around that we didn't see.
I think you can. And yeah, you always tell me what's possible. I think that's perfectly possible to do that.
Yeah, because
it definitely would be desperate, and I think I would say limited effect just because of all the noise here.
yeah, it's fair. I mean, it's really pushing like the extent of the ghost field, because I'm basically detecting. I'm trying to sense if there's like movement by like disturbances in the ethereal energy of the wards, which like most non-ghost people wouldn't give a lot off of. So I'm like really pushing myself to see if I can sense any kind of like activity in the room.
Mm-hmm. Alternatively, you could just summon a ghost to manifest in that room and then tell you if there's someone in there.
True, but that is a trait, and I don't have it.
It is a trait, or it's just something that's really dangerous to do.
Okay. Interesting.
But yeah.
Okay, maybe I should. Okay. I
You
keep
tell
forgetting I can go that route.
and like everyone could do that, right? If Tyler wants to do that, he could do that, but he's definitely not trained, and he probably doesn't even have a lot in attune. Makes it dangerous, but any actions is able to be done by any other person. But yeah, I think if you just want to do your standard, like look at the people, I think it's gonna be limited effect. It's gonna be, you're not gonna learn a lot. You might learn that something's there, whether or not it's a ghost or not. You might not be able to tell too much, just because how much like is hard. Yeah, this is to be limited.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I'm fine with that. I imagine this is like pushing myself.
Definitely still desperate though, just because anything with the spooky ghost.
Okay, I'll just go for it.
I just noticed my thing is
Hey.
6, 1, and 3. Not
I'm basically trying to see if I can almost detect someone in the corner who's like standing still. I imagine like a general or an officer just standing there, like staring at. For some reason, I imagine them staring at the corner and like looking all serious and just like their hands behind their back, like thinking about something. And I'm like, it's that fucking guy in the corner. We're not gonna have seen him, and he's gonna fuck with us. So yeah, I'm almost looking to see if I can like detect a heartbeat with the ghost field.
I'm gonna say there's definitely something in that room.
Oh,
It's not. It's not a. You don't. Can't tell if it's a person, a ghost. I don't know. What have you?
okay.
Something funky about that room. It's not.
Okay.
That's all you learn.
Yeah,
This is
that's
limited
about
effect.
it's about as good as I could hope for. Because all I really so I slide turns to the rest of the group and he's like, wait, there's something in that room. Just be prepared. I don't know if there's someone that's alive or if there's just a presence, but I don't think it's empty. So I just want to make sure everyone's sort of on edge.
Yeah, I just want to like look at the faction descriptions for the Lampblacks. See what I could place in that room could be really cool. Or if I just make something up, that's also equally
Three-headed
cool.
dog.
A three-headed dog named Fluffy. No.
Yeah. He kills you. You die.
Okay, yeah, no, I know what it is. Yeah, okay, I think I got it. Yeah, okay. So what do you want to do now then? What's going on? You tell me.
I just wanted to make sure the group was like on edge, that we knew to be prepared going in, and not just walk in kind of like super relaxed, and then we end up getting surprised or sneak attacked even. So I'm just making sure everyone's on edge, and that's it. And I guess with that in mind, I'll also attach a Demon Bane charm to myself, and prepare. How does it work? How does a ghost hook work?
A ghost hook, I believe, like those like dog cane, like those long dog things for like stray dogs. Like not canes, but you know what I'm talking about? Like
Yes.
has like a little loop on the end that you would like use as a collar, and then it's like big sticks so they can't come near you. It's like a dog trainer, like a not dog trainer, but like someone working with like
like a dog catcher,
a dog catcher, or like a tiger trainer might have that.
Odd, maybe. I don't know the word. I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, it has like a little like loop on the end, but that's like made of electricity, and you can grab ghosts with it.
Okay.
Odd.
I'm gonna get ready with my.
Humanizing.
I'm gonna put on. It's gonna seem so extreme. I'm gonna put on my my spirit mask, which is gonna have like kind of half a face of like a smiling face that's like slightly demonic, and another half that's sad and almost looks like it's kind of rotting or withered away.
Does it look like uncannily like real?
What's that?
Does it look uncannily real? Because the spirit mask,
Yes.
it's unique to the individual, and like it's supposed to be very weird about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish your mask was just a big gorilla mask.
And then I'm just gonna like get my lightning hook ready. I'm basically ready to like combat roll into the room and like try and trap a spirit if I have to.
All right. Let's get in there.
Good.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, you open like the back door, and it kind of like you open it, and there's like cloth there because like the door is like concealed behind a tapestry or like it's like a big hanging silk or something. You slowly like open it and like you push it aside, and you see like kind of like sitting in like a chair kind of off to the side. Right, Sasha's here. Okay. Yeah. So you see, just like someone standing. Yeah, like as you say, someone just standing there.
Shit.
But he's not like staring like into the room. You note that he has like a little hard to like know what this person's doing, but you look and there's like a very large amount of like what was your red ichor, like empty little ball vials, like strewn out on like a little like table in front of him. He's like sitting off to like, yeah, so imagine this is like on the other side, probably on the same side as the little safe, but he's like reclined. He has like his head propped up the pillow, and he's like on like reclined in like a chair, and he's like yeah, he has like other drugs too, and there's like an incense burning, and you're like fairly certain with your training that this is some weird cult something happening. Like this, like he might be like spirit walking or something.
Oh snap.
I'm like scanning the room looking for the safe. That guy's out of it.
Yeah, he is out of it. We could just grab the safe.
He's not currently present, so he's not my primary concern.
I'm actually. So Sly's gonna look around. Is there any leftover red ichor?
There's probably some, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take some and try and like connect with this guy.
Oh, you're gonna like try to you're gonna do the ichor and okay. Yeah, there's definitely a safe like on the other side of the room, Mickey. I'll answer your question first. Yeah, there's definitely like in the corner there's a safe. It's probably like the size of a computer desk in size. Probably it definitely has like a big safe, comically large safe dial on it. It's probably old and like made of iron though, and there's like probably like carved with symbols, symbology to like prevent ghosts. Nova. Okay, hopefully. Okay, I think that's you can't hear that. Okay, good. Is that my dog is like licking a plate of peanut butter that was frozen.
Aw.
In the background. Hopefully it doesn't.
Luckily for me, I'm not a ghost, so those words won't stop me because I can't read.
I can't read ghost. All right, yeah, and so you're trying to do that, and you're trying to connect with this guy. So you describe how you're trying to connect with him.
Yeah, so I'm roll into the room with my lightning hook and spirit mask on, and I see this guy basically comatose, and all the bottles of red ichor. I'm like, okay. And then I quickly scan.
Wait, what does this spirit mask do exactly again?
It so if I'm looking at the book, it says the specific things are that it allows me to see supernatural energies in great detail and gives some measure of protection against ghostly possession.
Okay, yeah, definitely. You see like this like coming from, I don't know, his like mind or what have you, whatever that part is, whether it be at the heart or his third eye. You see like a strand of like energy and like made of ether that you would normally not be able to see, kind of like going out and is like out in the outside essentially. So he's not like, he's definitely connected, but he is definitely not. He is definitely like astral projecting himself or something like that.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. Okay. Can I tell anything by his garb if he's of like a certain rank, or like if he's like the captain or something of the Lampblacks, or what's going on here? Or is he just a guy guarding the safe? Yeah. I
Yeah.
can't, honestly, in the moment, I probably don't even try too hard. I'm more excited to sort of like try and astral project with this guy, and basically my goal is to like A, see if I can get any information out of him, and B, potentially like convince him to like either reduce heat on the princes or make us like more friendly with them somehow. So
Okay. That's probably gonna take
Yeah.
some time. So we're gonna skip to what Mickey Bird is doing first. You said you want to pick the or something
I cracked the safe, baby.
crack the safe. Describe how you're gonna crack the safe. And keep in mind, there's like, there's like a guy in the other room, who's like the bartender, who's still like doing stuff, and it's like an open door to that room. You know, he obviously is not like looking at that direction. He's minding his own thing. So how are you gonna crack the safe?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this vial I have of silence potion and crack it open and pour it in my general vicinity in order to both muffle the sound of me tinkering with the safe, but also allow me to hear the sound the safe makes more clearly by dampening all other sounds.
Oh,
okay.
so like you
Silence potion?
pour it, yeah, like in between. You kind of like pour it around you in like the safe so that like the sound can't go between you, but you like kind of like gives you a little zone. Okay, yeah, I like that description.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna just straight up pick it. I got the tools. Put my ear to the door and start turning.
Cool. I'm gonna make it a 4 o'clock thing called pick the safe.
Okay.
So this might make 1 or 2 rolls, but we'll see. And hold on a sec. There we go. All right. So I think you're still in control with standard effect. 2 6s on this would be a crit, and you would pick the safe. I think a 6 would be 2 ticks, and a 4 would be 1 tick with a complication. No, 4 5 would be 1. No, a 6 would be 3 ticks. 2 6s would be 4 ticks, and a 3 4 would be 2 ticks, but with a complication of some sort, probably. And then a fail would just be complications with no ticks. Probably.
I'm gonna push myself because I know that the most important part, and if I don't get this right, it's all going to hell. So
That's
I'm gonna take the steps to make this, to really try and get this to work.
no.
That is
Oof.
a fail. I'm going to say, yeah, that energy slowly. I'm gonna take 1 up on the clock, I'm gonna take it up 1, or I'm gonna take it up 2 on this clock. And there's an energy that's slowly emanating out. You can't see it. Only Jonathan can see it. Only Sly with his ghost mask. And it's kind of like, it's definitely like an alarm. And if it hits the guy, well, in his state, it'll probably dispel whatever is happening. So it's like kind of like dispelling like weird charms and chants in the ghost field. So it'd probably snap him back in. And this guy isn't like this, like some skinny guy. It's like he's huge. He's like this big, beefy, burly guy. It's kind of weird that he's like it would be into this, but it's not that weird in a place that ghosts exist and whatnot. So he's doing this for some reason. You. While he's doing that, I will say that he didn't ruin like the lock or anything, so you could try to attempt it again or try a different tact. Considering there's still silence potion around. But yeah, there's definitely like a few moments. You don't get a lot of time, Jonathan, to try to make contact with this person and then convince them. Maybe only like 2 rolls to do before he'll snap back into his body. So what do you do then?
Yeah. So do I see this happening with the lock before or after I've already tried to contact this guy? I'm assuming it's after the fact.
Probably after the fact. It's probably as you've taken a red ichor and then like you're sitting down.
Okay, so I'm already like on red ichor.
You're like I gotta do this, and so you're doing it, and you're settling in, and you're like, oh shit, I don't have a lot of time, and then that's kind of like when you go, like whatever you do happens. So what do you do?
Yeah. So the first thing I'm gonna do is try and locate this guy. So do I have a sense of like? Oh yeah, I'll try and sense him in the ghost field so I can go and like find him to begin with.
Okay, so you're leaving your body
on
a bunch of drugs, like this man is inhaling deeply in the incense and without probably the appropriate chance. That sounds definitely very desperate, and I'm definitely gonna say it's limited effect. You're gonna be able to follow his strand. You'll probably meet him, and
Okay. Limited effect. Now, what's it? No, because I'd have to trade.
You'd be able to trade position for effect, but you're already in desperate.
Already desperate. Okay.
You could push yourself for greater effect, I think.
Can I?
I think that's a thing that's allowed. I'll say yes.
So just for a die? Okay, I will do that.
Okay.
So I will accept 2 stress. Push myself for standard effect because I really want to find this guy fast and like not waste my time in the in this like ghost realm.
Yeah.
So I will push. Ooh. Okay. 6.
Yeah, so 6. So you come and you follow his strand or whatever, and you realize that you're leaving a strand too. You follow it, and it's weird because it's not like you're in the ghost field, because there's people who can use the ghost field like a plane and be in it and walk around like ghosts. It's more like your consciousness is like flying through it like a bird or like a drone or something. And you come and you meet him. It's like this like weird glowy orb, and you realize it's definitely, as you approach, like feelings between you two little mix a little bit, and he's overlooking and like flying around, and he was like probably using it to look for the perpetrators of the fire quickly.
Seriously?
Yeah, he's definitely just flying around the streets quickly trying to find it, like going very fast. But he sees you and you're like the little cord that's whipping around. You follow it. He's whipping around. He sees you, your little cord, and your feelings kind of mix a little bit.
Yeah.
And he's and he says a phrase that doesn't make quite sense, and it's like, "Hail, brother of the empty, what brings you here?"
I come bearing news.
What news? And you can kind of feel this kind of stern seriousness about him, because the feelings kind of bleed a little. It's you can't really tone a voice. It's not really a voice. It's more like the voice inside of your head. So the tone's very bland, but the feelings are what gives it meaning, I guess, the deeper meaning, the meta context of speech. So yeah, he's wait, what news? And very serious.
I hear you're looking for the perpetrators of this crime.
I am, but what does the Brotherhood what concern what does the Brotherhood concern itself with this sort of things?
We have your best interests at heart. We know the Red Sashes are almost certainly behind this whole debacle, but we have valuable information.
And he like
A new gang.
you see like just
Princes.
like you see like a big like really like anger like the mention of the Red Sashes is like like angry and then you're like a new gang and then like comes back to be like we're like kind of like curious like what are you even talking about? And the Red Sash like the Reds like though the princes you like also slight anger toward that because like you guys hit them a while back and he's a little higher up. You're not sure how high he is, but he's like he knows about them. He's like, yeah, what of they?
The princes have recently fell into the employ of the Red Sashes. But this is a golden opportunity for the Lampblacks. With some proper schmoozing and perhaps a show of good faith, I think the princes will soon become your puppets, and the end of the Red Sashes will be soon. Show good faith to the princes, and your war against the Red Sashes will be handedly in your favor.
What skill are you using here?
I'm using Sway.
You're using Sway, yeah. He I might just give you a bonus die. Just because how well I like this a lot. Maybe not a bonus die. Maybe I'll just give you great effect. He wants this to be true. We'll just put you on controlled great effect because he wants this to be true so badly that yeah.
Okay, I'm actually gonna push myself here again, dangerously for a bonus die.
Okay,
Because I also want this to work. Okay. So controlled great effect and then one bonus die?
Yeah. Of course, knowing who the perpetrators are and a way to, get back at them, he's probably going to go back into his body. You do realize this.
Yeah.
And the safe is being currently picked.
It's true.
And you will be there, and he'll probably know who you are.
Yeah. I'll be like, show good faith? Question mark? Okay. Fuck it. Let's try it. Oh my god. Okay. Well, we tried.
Okay, well, I'll let that failure hang in the air with some looming consequences. But first, back to the method of opening the safe. It's definitely it's gonna take a while to open the safe. You realize, you're not sure like what Jonathan, like what Sly's doing, but it's probably gonna, you're always to be ready for like it blowing up. What do you guys do? What was your plan B of if you couldn't open the safe? Would you like continually try to open the safe, or what are you guys doing?
Why don't we just steal the safe?
That's plan B.
Yeah, plan B is just
Plan
take
B.
the whole thing.
Because they I can tell they're still trying to put out the fire. Right?
Yeah,
There's still commotion. So I'm not gonna give up on trying to pick it until like the fire's out, and then we'll go to plan B. And plan B is like Tyler said, we're gonna steal the safe, as in we're gonna blow a hole in the wall, and like push it off the second story into the street. But that's plan B. Plan A, I'm gonna keep trying to pick this thing.
Okay. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's see if you can pick it in time.
Yes. Did I get any progress last time? Or no?
We'll give you one because I believe a 3 on a progress clock normally is a 1, but yeah, we'll give you 1.
Okay. Position is risky.
We'll say it's now risky because it's still controlled. It's still
Nothing bad happened yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
The effect is still standard.
Yeah, it's still standard effect. Ooh, a 6. That's 3 clicks, and the safe opens. Boom. You have access to
Fucking just inside.
the money. The money is there. A bunch of money, and probably as you're loading whatever bags you brought to put the money in, you hear like both Jonathan and that man who's like was like out of it. He was way deeper than Jonathan. Jonathan was doing this on the fly. Probably could have been bad. But so Jonathan's like coming back a little bit before this man. Yeah, I think he realized. Yeah, that's the bad thing that happens to you, Jonathan, is that he realizes that you're not part of the Brotherhood. You didn't something you said or like didn't say, some sort of like passcode to what he's saying, like tips him that you aren't who you say you are. And the fact that you were like saying he should be pro the princes makes him be like, they're probably a trick. He needs to destroy the princes. He knows you opened yourselves up, be it accidentally. He doesn't know that you guys are pulling a thing on him. He definitely thinks the red sashes are, but he says that like, the princes are, maybe you do some sort of double ploy. If he hits the princes, maybe it also hurts the red sashes.
Of course.
And so he's coming back to try to like deal with all this mess. But you come back slightly faster than he does, because he was, deep in it with like some sort of magic chant, and you just skipped the chant and went straight to try to get in there. Very, very dangerously astral projecting. But yeah, you come back slightly, as like the kind of dispelling effect of like the charms are slowly also emanating in the world. Probably that dispelling probably has some sort of effect on the silence now. You can hear Mickey Red like pretty clearly, even though he had the silence potion on it. And yeah, like everything's going to happen. What is Arcus doing? He was like leading lookout. What are you doing? What is Nevermind doing?
Nevermind is making sure that this guy who's out of it isn't going too crazy, and just walking around looking for stuff to pilfer, because I feel pretty under control right now with Mickey just trying to pick the lock.
Okay,
and,
so this guy is coming. Like you had your eye on him to like when he wakes up. He is actually now waking up. So what do you?
Put him back to sleep.
How are you doing that?
I just knock him out.
You're gonna knock him out? Okay.
Yeah.
With what skill are you gonna use to knock him out?
I'm going to use wreck. I'm gonna wreck him.
You're gonna wreck him?
I'm gonna wreck him.
Okay. I'm trying to think of how well this thing is. I'm gonna say that you're in a controlled position. He's still out of it. Are you just gonna punch him?
Yeah, it's gonna hit him. Or just if there's anything next to me, I'm just gonna bludgeon him with it.
Okay, there's probably like a bottle of whiskey or something nearby.
Alright, he's getting bottled.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll say that's standard effect, sure. Of course, if you have 0 pips, you'll be rolling 2, taking the lowest die.
Okay.
You could push yourself for an extra die or hear a devil's bargain.
No, I think this will be fun if this fucks up. Damn it.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
You go to bottle him, and boom, his like hand comes and catches your hand. His eyes lock with yours as he like his eyes like flutter open, and he raises the alarm.
No, he doesn't.
He starts screaming. Okay, what do you mean? No, he doesn't.
I don't know. I just said that. I
Can
had
you
no
resist?
plan.
Hold on
I
a
was gonna
sec.
say, is this your spider moment?
I'd love to be like, no, you don't. I just poisoned him, I guess. But I don't have a poison thing. I didn't plan that far ahead. Or did I?
Exactly.
You can say that you did.
Yeah, exactly. So you can tell us you did. Well, I'll
You know,
believe you. It's in the
This
rules.
is my plan. all along.
Hey, you know what? I took a concoction, which my sweat glands produce a natural poison, holding the bottle,
Wait,
and then him grabbing it
Wait.
poisons himself.
Wait.
But
I feel like this is perfect to resist the consequences. And that's a thing we barely do. And so you can resist the consequences from physical strain or injury, I think, or deception or understanding, mental strain or willpower. I feel like it's the physical strain part, like him catching you. Maybe you block his like thing and then actually hit him, or like maybe or something like that. Or yeah, it gives you another. Well, so what you do is your character suffers 6 stress minus what they resist. So from your result. So you'll be rolling prowess.
all right.
So you have 2 pips, so you click prowess and roll it. So it's 6 minus the number that comes up, and that's how much stress you take. Oh, and you're almost stressed out entirely. How did you get so much stress?
You said I got 6.
No.
No,
I did
6
wrong.
minus.
Okay,
whatever
my
you,
bad.
roll.
Yeah.
And roll prowess. No bonus dice.
So 3. So you only take 3 stress. He won't catch your hand, but he wakes up and will give you an opportunity to poison him. Then, do you have anything like that on your kit?
My fingertips are wearing nail polish that are
right
laden
there.
with poison.
There's a
I poke them in the eyes
there's a
like Three Stooges style.
Vial of slumber essence sounds exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So just click that, and you poke him in the eyes.
Vial of slumber essence.
Oh, you have like you have a bunch of things. It's just like actually. Can you click the first one? You have a bunch of repeats on this.
Okay.
So like, I think after the Spirit Zane charm, it repeats again twice.
There we go. I'll just
So like that
file
one.
some to the bottom of that one. Oh, okay, 4 of them.
So here needs to be deleted. How do I delete this? I don't even know. Unlock, and then delete. I think that's what it is. All right. Okay. Yeah, you're using the vial of slumber essence. You're poking him. He's a little out of it. I think. Do I even want you to roll? Yeah, I'll want you to roll. Actually, no. I think poking him to make him fall asleep is easy enough. But let us do a roll to see how well how much time you have actually for him to sleep. So this will be on the character crew sheet. We'll do a fortune roll. I believe that is a zero tier roll.
Fun.
So roll fortune. And I believe it starts with your roll, your tier. So it's going to be a tier 0 roll. And so we'll see how well it affects. We'll give you on a fail. We'll give you like he'll have penalties on fighting or what have you. He'll still be in control even if he wakes up fully because he'll be slowed. But on a success, he'll be sleeping, but on a 6, he'll be like really out of it. So,
Alrighty. And that's we say tier 1. It doesn't mean like
it'd be tier 0 because you guys aren't tier 1 yet.
So number of dice 0.
Yeah, it'll roll 2 and take the lowest, I believe. So 3, so that's still a fail. Go back to sleep. So he is like now poisoned. He's groggy. He tries to draw his gun, but he like he picks it up, but his like hand doesn't grip. He like takes it out of his holster, but his hand doesn't quite grip it, and it falls to the ground. And you start.
I can pick up the gun.
You're gonna pick up the gun.
Pick up the gun.
All right. Actually, with that roll, I'm gonna advance the fire to be put out though, and the failed bottling definitely. The bartender is like calls. He's like, "You need any help in there?" Because he heard like a bottle like fall over. What are you guys doing? Your spirit essence, or your spirit's essence. The thing is done. Jonathan's now awake. He's like kind of awake, but also like kind of out of it and trying to like fight as best he can. Argo, never mind, picks up a gun. How are you? You have bags of money or what have you, much as you can carry. If you can carry more if you don't have weapons and use both hands. I don't know what your escape strategy is, but let's enact the escape strategy. The fire is put out now.
Okay.
That guy's still at the door asking, "Do you need help?"
He's not at the door. He's like at the bar. He's like kind of on the other side. He's like, "Oh, you need help in there." And like,
I'm gonna muffle my voice and be like, "Oh no, it's all good."
Yeah, I think it's time for us to just get GTFO and use that tunnel to escape.
Okay, and that is a like sneak back through. How to describe how that works? Because okay, so you muffle like whatever like. Give a second. What was your intent and what skill are you gonna use to roll that for that, Tyler?
I'm going to use.
Sounded like you intend for him to like just like pay you no mind, really.
Yeah. I'm gonna use command.
Okay.
I'm like, "Oh no, we're good. Go away." I'm not saying go away, but the feeling is there.
Sure. I'll say, with that, because the guy could also be like, help, because he's still kind of awake. I'll say that's a risky command. But with standard effect, if you'll command him, you need help, and you'll be able to like leave this guy or try to knock him out again.
Is he still groggy? Like, is he still awake?
Yeah, he's like waking up, but he's never gonna fully wake up because you poisoned him, so he's still gonna be like move slowly.
He's never gonna fully wake up.
Well, for the seeing,
Yeah, I just realized I could threaten and be like, "Tell him we're okay." But I if he's out of it, that's not an option. So I'm just gonna muffle my voice, be like, "No, I'm good."
Okay, so you're gonna roll command here.
Yeah,
muffle your voice, but also have a commanding presence about you. Command him to leave you alone. Sure.
And that's risky. What's the effect?
Standard.
Risky standard. All right.
Ooh, that is a.
Okay.
That is a partial effect or effect's consequence. And I think I'm just gonna put you in a worse position now. He's like, oh, okay, but like a couple of the more higher ups come in, and like you can hear them place orders at like the bar, and they're like, there's an open archway from like the room you're in to the room they are in, and so like one or two of you could probably just see them, but they haven't quite glanced your way. So you're now in a you're no longer in a risky position. You're now in a desperate position. Everything you do from here on out is desperate until you we get a couple of good rolls and are now in a better fictional position. So what do you do? Okay. He's like the guy's ready to call for help because he's groggy, and it took him a moment to register like, oh, he's actually talking about me, or like I'm the leader here, or like in this position I can ask for help. You can see him like going to turn and be like, that moment where you can like tell someone's gonna start to say something that's happening.
I put the gun in his mouth.
Okay.
Between his teeth.
Yeah. I just cock the revolver.
Okay, and he like stops. And he like looks at you. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm just kind of like. I'm
We
gonna
lock
like.
up. I feel like those orders need to be filled. Are you? Those people are thirsty. You should go. You should go serve them.
He's not the bartender.
Oh fuck! Who was he again?
He's
Shit.
the guy waking up. He's
He's
like
the.
I thought that was the bartender. Shit.
he's like semi-leader. From your descriptions, he may very well be the leader of the Lampblacks.
Yeah.
I know. I was gonna just keep locking eyes with him with the gun in his mouth, and I'm just gonna bribe him. He doesn't know
You're gonna bribe him.
me.
I'm gonna
I don't
bribe
know.
him.
You're gonna bribe him with the money you just stole.
Yeah, it feeds back into itself. No, I'm not gonna do that. I didn't.
Well, you do that. You put the gun in his mouth. What is everyone else thinking they're gonna do, or like what are their next like plans? I know Jonathan said you need to get the fuck out of here. But what is
I'm okay? So like I've been busy I'm like, you guys seriously between the two of you can't handle a single guy who's asleep.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Looking at Red, like, let's just get the money and go. Like, let's go through the thing.
Windows in this room, Sean?
yeah, there's probably like a big window in the room, a big huge window. It's like
I guess there's the window we came in through, right?
there's a window you came in through. That's like a few rooms over.
I was saying, like, if the gun's in his mouth, we don't have time to do anything, right? Because the second we leave him, he's gonna start calling for help. So we got to get out of a window and get to the street level as quickly as possible.
Take him with us.
Will not go willingly. The only reason he's not yelling right now is because there's a gun literally between his feet.
Yeah, like also the reason like he's not like currently fighting you is because his reflexes were a little slow. That I'd say you were allowed to do what you wanted initially, and you're like, I put the gun in his mouth. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, no, he has a gun in his mouth now, and he's not moving.
Do anything right now because he's gonna get his brain splattered all over the table. But
Any of us have psychic abilities to hold the gun.
Quick,
Make it float.
ask a ghost to hold it for us. No.
If only.
What I'm going to do is
So yeah, there's like imagine like a big picture window, with like two smaller like thinner windows that kind of flap open the side or whatever, on the sides of that bigger picture window.
I'm gonna just like I said, like we're gonna just zip line out of here. I'm going to look out the window, and there's in a flashback you see me preparing like a little you can see like there's like a cart below that's like full of like hay and a horse. And I'm like
a big like demonic looking goat. But yes,
a big demonic looking goat type thing. I'm parking it down there below, and I'm paying. You see me paying a street urchin a couple of coins to look after it for the day and make sure nobody messes with it.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 2 stress for that. Not because it's like unlikely, it's just because you guys don't own one, so you would have to go purchase it. So
we're just renting it
or whatever.
And I'm just in case we needed to blow the safe. That was the plan, that we could like blow it out of the wall and load it onto the cart and get out of here. But it'll work just as well in a pinch. And I tie a rope to the ledge and I say, "All right, just use your feet to brake. We don't, if you jump 2 stories into a pile of hay, you will break your neck." And I like jump out the window, and you hear like the rope going like it's like sliding between my feet as I descend.
Sure.
Convince the leader to take his own life.
You're gonna convince the leader to take his own life.
Yeah, because I did some sleuthing beforehand, and I know some dirt on him. some shame that if he's caught right now, it'll be really embarrassing for him.
I mean, this will be really embarrassing for him. If we,
I mean, you could just shoot him and then leave. That's always an option.
That is true. That doesn't feel fun, though. It doesn't feel sporting.
Okay, you did some sleuthing. What does that sleuthing look like?
the sleuthing book that was convinced him to kill himself before I jumped out the window, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So you have you have a flashback. Okay, so flashback to whatever your sleuthing is. Like, you know, you have your friend who's master architect. You have an enemy who's a chemist. Like,
I got this information in a game of chance from when I was out gambling before, and one of the things I bet against was I bet against the spoils of this operation against this information for this leader, and I won.
well, let us sure. We'll give that. That sounds like that sounds like a 2-stress thing, but also you need to actually be able to roll for him to be like willing to kill himself, and whether or not he does. I feel like it'll still be limited effect, but it'll give you enough time to like make your escape without like immediately having people on your tail. So take 2 stress for that, and then you know what kind of thing that you're gonna say like that would convince himself. I think the secret information is that he is definitely he's Bazo Bas, the leader of the Lampblacks, and the secret information that you can know that on several occasions he's put both the gang at risk and basically his whole operation at risk due to his he tries to keep it secret, but he worships the forgotten gods, or the forgotten ones, known as the empty vessel, and they like to do weird spirit things.
Ooh.
And you've known that like he's done stuff for them with his gang that they probably could have been leaders of Crowthorn already had he not done that. And so basically it puts him in a position, very precarious position with his gang, and
Interesting.
I don't know what else, what other bad things that he would do. Let's say that you also know that they abducted and sacrificed one of the a nephew of one of the blue coats, who's currently missing, and so you have that information. You can like hold over him to like send him to jail or what have you. So what do you use that information with?
I pretty much just recite all of that to him, and I just tell him, I'm not usually one to take a life, but do you think you can survive yet another failure? When they interrogate you, do you think you'll be able to stand up knowing you have all of this weighing on your conscience? Do you think they know what I know? If I know this and you don't know me, what do you think they're gonna do?
Okay, yeah. That's so you're gonna use. You said you want to use a sway roll. Is that what you said beforehand? You're gonna convince him, or how are you gonna convince him?
I'm gonna use sway, and I'm gonna use that logic against him. But then I guess I have to convince him to pull the trigger.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna say that the position is very desperate here. Because you're gonna give him a gun, like you're gonna let the gun go.
Yeah, shoot himself. You have to give him control of the gun.
Give him the gun. It's very desperate. I'm gonna say the effect is gonna be limited. So it's not a for sure thing. He's not going to shoot himself, probably, but he will sit there and contemplate, probably for a long time. If you manage to succeed, the devil's bargain. The devil's bargain will be that he pins you. The devil's bargain would be that he decides to pin you for that murder or the missing, like the sacrifice. He's gonna be like, you know, there's no evidence that you know that he did it. You just know that he did it. You don't have evidence, but he's gonna basically point the finger at you first, and probably fabricate evidence, which he probably could do, win or lose.
Dude, no. I'm just gonna push myself. I'm at my breaking point.
Okay, so
the door's over there. Fuck it.
Okay,
Let it all
so
out.
when your stress is basically your final roll for this session, you will gain a trauma. Your stress will clear, and then that trauma will be one of those things and be related to this information. So you're gonna push yourself. Are you pushing yourself for die? Or are you going to push yourself for greater effect? Keep in mind that you said you're doing sway and which is at 0. You probably do want that die.
I think I do want that die. Although, unless the greater effect is everyone comes in and they see him commit the act, in which case that'd be pretty baller.
The greater effect would be, it would definitely need to be like a partial success or something. Or higher, or so basically 4, 5, or 6 on roll 2, take lowest. But yeah, he probably would try to commit suicide if you did that.
Dude, let's just do that. Greater effect.
Okay. Holy jeez, this is dark.
Well, I'm thinking about this from like a heist just happened, and it's very clear that like he took his own life. So it's like the shame was so great because we were so powerful. And if they find out it's us, our rep goes up, and people will be afraid of us. They'll be like, "Wow, they're so good at this. They convinced him to do that."
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's roll. You're probably not. It's probably not. But I'm really want to see what if partial. You're probably gonna get partial success. It's probably only 1 in 12 chance or 1 in 36 chance of like a success.
Yeah, no bonus dice, right?
Yeah, no bonus dice, unless someone wants to help. But this is a fail. So I think, yeah. As you say that, we'll let. Jonathan, are you like going down in the hay bales, or are you like standing here watching this play out too?
I think I'm trying to like get out just so the money can escape as soon as possible before like they see all of us in here and like what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, this is when he you sit there, you're standing, Arcos, like, never mind, is like slowly backing out to the window, sly smile on his face, and he groggily like takes aim and shoots at you, which is the consequence of being shot, and I'm going to say that being shot, he was usually always groggy. It's not like he probably wanted to kill you, and the harm could have been killing you. But we'll give you a 2 harm thing which you can't resist with your stress. So you take a 2 harm thing called shot in the leg. And now
called shot.
You also take a trauma because your stress is out. You don't get to roll anymore. You're out of this mission. He raises the alarm. You hear drinks clattering and stuff, and but you still can play, so you probably jump out the window and on the rope and shimmy down too. As soon as Nevermind comes and hits the ground, there's people at the windows of that window you just came out taking pot shots at you. What do you do to make escape? Because they're probably calling for a cart and stuff to make chase or what have you.
They're taking pot shots at us?
Yeah, they're giving some pot. Yeah, they're shooting the guns at you. A couple of guns from the window.
Oh, okay.
To grip the stirrups and drive this cart as fast as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to.
Let's
I
make.
want to do
I
this.
used to drive my parents' carts down to market, so I've been done it a lot. Never quite this fast, but I'm sure I'll manage.
So we're gonna make. Delete this. Delete this. We're gonna make two a competing thing. Sorry, delete this. I want this deleted. I'm gonna copy this. There's gonna be a two score called Escape and Cornered. So fails will fill up the cornered. Escape successes fill up escape. We'll give you a free roll on it with under risky that, but as soon as they come, they'll whip out with a lot more guns and a lot more people, and some people will be running after you guys. Some people will there'll probably be only like one cart filled with a bunch of people with probably greater guns and knives and stuff than you have. But let's give you that one free roll. What are you rolling here to try to leave? Finesse. Okay. Sure. I think that'll be standard effect and risky, but possibly soon to be desperate if you roll terribly.
Oh.
Hey.
Okay, so I'm gonna fill up this by 2 ticks, and or I'm just gonna fill up with 1 tick, but put you onto your position to desperate, as they are a lot closer and they're now in range with guns and they're shooting. I want to switch the song because this is a sad song. I want something more actiony. But it's still sad. Still sad. There we go. Good enough. It's not as whatever. Give it 1 tick, and change the thing for. Change it the position of the driving the car to to desperate. But you can make other actions other than just driving to try to escape. So don't feel free to do other things, Sly.
Yeah.
But how do you try to make good on your escape with a gang of angry, upset, very dangerous gang members, very violent. The Lampblacks are known to have the numbers.
Okay, so are they currently
They're in hot pursuit.
hot pursuit, and they're chasing us with like horse-drawn carts?
Yeah, they're
Or-
like a horse-drawn cart. You're in a horse-drawn cart. They have a horse-drawn cart. There's some people running, but they're like kind of as you like go down like a block, they're like kind of way back there now.
Yeah,
So
so,
that-
I'm gonna. Oh, sorry. Where is it? Yeah, so I'm going to using my arcane implements and some electroplasm vials. I'm gonna chuck like a makeshift ectoplasm bomb, and it's not that it like explodes in like a dangerous way, but it just creates this giant like energy burst that lets out an ear-piercing shriek, and it attracts nearby spirits to the area and just creates general like chaos and commotion. So I'm gonna chuck that like right behind our cart and like right where the guys are coming towards us, and just like toss it and hopefully like spook their horses and cause if there's any spirits nearby, get them to like start flying around and just freak people out.
Sure, yeah. Let's get that to happen. What role does that be?
I'm gonna try and wreck because I think it's like causing a giant explosion / disturbance.
Sure, yeah. That sounds right. That's definitely desperate. Definitely could damage your cart. Could damage. Could cause spirits to start chasing you. The consequence of failure.
Yeah, it's true, it could backfire.
Lots of things could happen.
It could definitely go the other way.
But yeah, or even just take a wound as you try to sit there, try to construct it, and lift it up and then throw it. Someone could try to shoot you or it.
True.
So we'll put that as desperate, but we'll have a standard effect. It'll attract the ghosts and provide a screen that try to make good on your escape. Yeah.
Yay!
Boom! Ooh.
Nice.
Multi-sided. That there's like this weird big screech. It almost sounds like it's hard to describe. Probably only Jonathan, only Sly would have ever have heard it. But like a demon's screech. Definitely not didn't summon a demon, but it just kind of sounds like that. Like the blowing up of this electroplasm pop. Everyone feels that energy of the temperature dropping and ghosts start coming. It's not even he called ghosts. He just weakened the the area between so that some of the weaker ghosts can now manifest. This slightly. Yeah, that'll give you. We'll give you 3 ticks on that. On the escape because it was such a great effect. Some weird dead amalgamation of spirit crawls its way out of the nearby canal and reaches, and one of the goats are oh my god, freaking out of the other person's cart. And I'm just gonna leave that here. You guys talk to me what you guys want to do next. But I need to go talk to Sasha. Just a quick talk.
What do you think, Chris? What do you want to do to try and get away?
I'd help. I don't think I can do anything.
I was gonna say I wanted to give Tyler a chance to input, but I don't know how that works when his character's injured.
All good.
Guess you could still give ideas or act as a spiritual input.
Chris, what do you
Send
think?
your mind across the ghost field.
Well, I mean, I can just drive faster.
It's true. Just go speed.
I've been driving. I can just keep driving.
Yeah.
No need to do anything fancy.
This is true. Yeah. So all I can think of that I might try to do next is like, I can't do a flashback because I have only one pip of stress left.
You have one in rec, right?
I have one in rec, yeah, which is what I just used.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like trying to find like a good escape. I was thinking like study, but that'd be more survey, I think, actually, to be like finding a pathway that we didn't notice or something like that.
Okay, I'm back. What is the plan of escape? This next roll.
I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled, and I'm gonna look for like a quick turn that we can take that'll throw them off our tail.
Okay. That sounds good. And what does that look like? What role is a role? Was that?
I'm gonna survey. I'm sitting up in my seat, like with my eyes peeled, squinting against the wind. As the alleyways fly past, I look for one that is in just the right spot that we can conceal our escape.
Okay, sure. That sounds good. This is definitely, I still think, desperate because they're shooting at you, and definitely standard. I think you can, start losing them. You've made some progress toward your goal. 3. I think I'm actually going to advance their clock by 2, making this a make or break sort of roll. The next one.
Interesting.
Boop, boop. As you've made your way into this tight alleyway, which you're not sure now if is it gonna end? Is it not gonna end? The houses are quite you're crashing through like debris and like little garbage like bins and stuff outside, and people, whatever, if they're like in the alleys doing stuff. What do they're gaining position on you now, and looking like you might be looking like to be cornered. What do you do now? What happens?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Just out of curiosity, Sean, am I technically out of the game right now, or am I still able to contribute in any meaningful way?
You can contribute, you just can't make rolls, I believe, is the thing. Let me see what that actually. Stress next. Stress. Thing, cost, flashbacks, purpose of, ice relief. Let's look at trauma. I think trauma is. Oh yeah, okay. So when you take it, you choose your trauma. So and then you're left for dead, or you're taken out of action essentially. So you're done. But you choose your trauma. So you choose either cold. You're not moved by emotional appeals or social bonds. Haunted. You're often lost in reverie, living past horrors or seeing things. Obsessed. You're enthralled by one thing, an activity, a person, an ideology. Paranoid, you imagine danger everywhere, you can't trust others. Reckless, you have little regard for your own safety or best interests. Soft, you lose your edge and become sentimental. Passive or gentle. Unstable, emotionally state is volatile, you instantly rage or fall into deep despair. Act impulsively or freeze up. Or vicious, you seek out opportunities to hurt people even for no good reason. So you take one of those, and then I
I'm gonna
think
go with Cole. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cole because I think my last action was pretty dark and despicable, and that I have to live with that now, and that's I just will suffer from not feeling like I can emotionally connect based on just what hideous thing I did.
okay, sure. That sounds good. Yeah. So
As funny as it might have been, like that's a really fucked up thing to do to somebody. Please don't do that in real life.
yeah. Please don't break into someone's house and
Yeah.
convince a gang member to do that. Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So the answer to your question, yeah, you can contribute like ideas. You're always an audience member, an active participant of the table. But your character is left for dead, or out of the situation, otherwise incapacitated.
Lying in the back of the cart, just like staring at the sky.
Shell shocked or something.
What, guys?
All right.
So, yeah.
So, all that said, I am going to draw from within my cloak a very large gun. And I'm going to toss it over to Sly, and I'm going to say, I didn't want to have to use this.
Okay. is
Mostly
this a
because I'm not
particular
100... What?
gun? Is this a particular gun?
It's big.
Okay. Yeah, I
Just
figured
like-
this is what it would come down to. Okay.
Point it at them
Yeah.
and hope for them, and pray to whatever god you believe it still exists.
Yeah.
Once you
I
said
will-
big gun, I just picture a revolver with like a meter-long barrel.
Yeah. I'll pull the gun out and I'll take aim and I'm gonna point at whatchamacallit. Just one of the leading guys, and then see if I can wound him or hit him, get him to veer into front of the other carts.
Okay.
Is there any way that red can help with this action?
I'd say you can help. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
There's plenty of things, coaching you to be like, it's gonna be smooth right now or something. I don't know. Or
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
I'll
maybe-
shout over
or-
my shoulder. I'll tell him. I'll tell him when we have a straight stretch ahead, so you'll have time to aim it and fire as soon as they're in view. So yeah, I creak around the corner. I was like, okay, aim up now.
So I'm using hunt for this.
okay.
So sorry, what's the position? Still desperate?
I'm still desperate. Yeah.
Desperate, and then effect
We'll say standard.
standard. So I've got one bonus die. Can I hear a devil's bark?
Let's see. Yeah. You can get shot. Win or lose, you could just be shot.
Oh, interesting.
Because they're gonna corner you, and then they'll have to deal with that, but you'll be shot, or you will escape and be shot.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get shot.
Because you're standing up or whatever, and really trying to get your thing, and they see that you have a gun, so they take aim
Yeah.
at you, and you're standing there, trying to hold your breath and be very still, so it's a very easy target. So yeah, you're getting shot. We'll give you. We'll see. Yeah, so you're gonna get shot. I think it'll be we'll apply the effects afterwards. So it doesn't negate this effect. And we'll give you a flesh wound, great shoulder graze, harm 1.
Yeah.
And we'll see how that works. Give you extra die for that.
Okay. Excellent. I shoot. Oh my god, no.
So yeah, you shoot. The gun. Hits the guy. And he he's shot, but he manages to hold on. He passes the reins to one of the other guys. You get a flesh wound, so take a level 1 harm called shoulder graze or whatever. And yeah, you guys are cornered. The alleyway is just runs. You know, you turn the corner, the long stretch. You turn another corner, and then about like there's maybe like enough time to stop, but there's just the alleyway just runs out. What do you do?
If you guys want to dump my body just to make the cart go faster, I won't have any hard feelings. And in fact,
you guys don't worry about him. You'll come back. You don't have to worry about it. I don't think you're not captured. Unless everyone's captured, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Oof.
like the advice too hard of driving my character like a stolen car.
So sorry, we go into an alleyway and it's basically a dead end, and then
yeah, you turn like you're all in the alley. You're currently taking an alley, a bunch of turns, and then you take the last turn, and yeah, it's just a dead end.
Yeah, I'm looking at Red, thinking like, what the fuck can we do? Is there anywhere to climb or anywhere to like?
There's probably like places to climb, to escape. Sure.
Yeah, I'm just like desperate, like looking, like scanning the rooftops. Is there like a convenient chimney? And I see like something place that looks sturdy. Just as the other guy's around the corner, I'm like, now or never. And I like hurl my my grappling hook that comes with my climbing gear, yank it once to see if it's on, and say, "Let's get out of here, quick!"
Okay.
Oh, you're like gonna like swing up into the like a fire escape or something.
Yeah, exactly, and then get up onto the rooftop.
And then get up on the rooftop. Cool. Yeah, I like that. What is that? What role is that? I think this will be definitely desperate. Definitely, I want to say standard. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So you know, you're cornered. You know, you last chance. One last chance. Then a bunch of gunshots ricochet off like the metal, like the wrought iron fire escape as you make your way to the like up there, and none of the fire escapes are currently down, and like they're going at such speed that they crash into your goats, which never slowed down, and they crashed into like the thing, and there's the big whole huge catastrophe. But yeah, you've managed to, you know, get onto the rooftops, which are maybe easier to traverse if you're a lurk like Red, and also being on foot, you can escape. You know, as you're making your like it's now or never, and you're like grab onto Sly, and you like look to see if like Nevermind was here, but he's already gone. And you're like, when did he like get out of the thing? You make your way up and lose yourself amidst the chimneys and the many buildings that you could have went in. So sometime later, back at the docks, a haunted shell of Nevermind like comes in, and as you guys are like counting your thing, and we'll say that it is an 8 coin haul. That which you can keep, I guess, none of it because you currently have 4, and also because we're not playing the next bit, you're gonna have to put that in your stash, so you can divide it up that like 2 people can take, I guess 3, and then one person can take 2. And if you were to retire with just that, you'd still be living paupers anyway. You need to, get a full level, I think, of 10 before you move up and can retire a little bit more wealthy. So,
Well, are we shoving blades indefinitely or just for now?
I think just for now. I think we might come back to it, but it might be a long time.
I genuinely want to come back to this. I'm having a blast.
I mean, because if that is the case, then we could just put it as like to be spent in downtime, right? And just make a note.
Yeah, but you guys don't have the vault for that, right? So
Wait, how does that work again?
basically,
'Cause I thought you could spend excess during downtime. I thought, or is that not how it works?
yeah, it is how it works. But we're not going to have a downtime today.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, couldn't we just like make a note so like the next, if we were to ever play and say like I don't know, a year, like 6 months, it'd be like downtime. Like we started downtime. Like, oh, okay. Or is that too much of a stretch? Then yeah.
I mean, we could just like put it in the stash.
You put it in your stash, you get one.
And then it's less work to remember what we're doing.
Less
We're
work.
gonna be putting stuff in
Yeah.
our stash eventually anyway.
Yeah, that's
know?
fair.
Yeah.
I want me personally, my character is like, all right, I've spent enough on this gang. Time to take some for me.
Also,
for me.
it's also like
Yeah.
if it's this very situation is why you want a larger vault. Is my thing, because otherwise you don't really need carrot to have a larger vault. Doesn't really matter. For situations exactly like this, why you want larger vaults.
Evolve. Okay.
Yeah, I guess maybe we could flavor this as like we have to go to ground for a while, so there's like no chance for us to
Mm.
you
Do
know
anything fancy?
do anything fancy, which would make sense.
That's fair.
I honestly think that the Lamplax are like could be tier 1 or absolutely crushed.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I will. I mean, we should probably give Nevermind 3, considering what he's gone through. Seems only fair.
Sure, I'm down with that.
Between you and me, I don't know.
Deck of cards.
You want to flip for it?
Oh yeah, it's 332.
Yeah.
Flip a coin.
Sure.
I'll take 1 to 3.
Okay.
It's yours.
Okay.
And the gambling man won the gamble.
Say the game of chance.
Uh,
Very roguish of us.
all right, so let's quickly do XP and then end the session. So let's do the crew sheet first. Did you acquire product, execute clandestine covert sale, or secure new territory? I do not think you did any of those 3 things.
Nope.
You contend with
Yeah, no.
challenge above your current situation. I think you did.
That's fair.
Albert.
Hooray.
Yeah. Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one? Your reputation as being savvy. Did you develop a different reputation?
I'm feeling like we're more brash than we are savvy at this.
Yeah, I think so. Actually, you just
Flew
Like,
too
we've-
close to
we've-
the crime scene.
We're just too bold personalities to really want to get by unnoticed. You know.
Yeah.
We want people to know we are in fact princes.
savvy,
Maybe
Complex.
bold.
bold might be better. Or brash. Not brash, bold. 'Cause
Well,
we're not like, we don't want to get into trouble, but we want to, do impressive things.
Yeah, we'll talk about what that means. I think in between sessions, but we'll definitely developing something new. It might be that you're developing to be like chaotic or ambitious or something like that, but definitely something like that. Did you express the goals, drives of inner conflict or essential nature of your crew? Were we talking about like how like the essential nature of the crew was like you guys worked counter purposes?
Yeah, I was gonna say we're pretty in sync this time.
I do think you guys
There
were
is
in
like
sync, but there's that one thing where it's like I'll just break away and convince them that the princes you should start working with the princes. And I think
That's fair. I did go a bit on my own mission there.
I think-
Okay,
But I think that is the
yeah.
inner conflict, right? Like my character wants us to be like a more like quiet, sneaky professional outfit, whereas Sly, ironically, is much more of like a bold, like troublemaking, like
Yeah.
opportunist,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I think that central conflict is it was shown well in this mission that we just did,
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
And I think it's
That's
actually
true.
shown something. It's something we've kind of made a theme of all of our missions to a certain extent. So yeah,
Perhaps not
that's
on
something we
purpose,
can definitely dig into some more.
Okay,
Okay.
I gave you more XP
I
for
like
that
that.
also. Excellent stuff. All right, so who wants to do XP for your character?
I'll go first. So you addressed a challenge with stealth or evasion.
I'm gonna say you did that multiple times.
I was gonna say I think I did it at least twice. So yeah. So that's 2.
And that gives you an advancement.
I have gotten advancement.
Ooh, nice.
So, okay, well, we'll do the advancement after. We'll just note that you did it. We'll do the rest of the XP, and then you can...
You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Once?
Once, I think, yes.
Is that when you were like, my father was in trade.
Yes.
I like that. That was good. So that's 1.
Struggle with your issues of vice or trauma? Not really.
No. Okay, so you have an advancement you can look at and tell us about once you're done. Do you want to
That's
do...
just I choose a special ability, or what is? I'll just look it up.
So I think you can choose a special... Yeah, you could choose a special ability. Yeah, I think that's it. You get to choose a playbook special ability. I'm not sure if you can transfer your advancement into advance a point. I don't think that's how that works. I think you get to pick, yeah, like a special ability. Sly, we'll do you.
Okay. So, excuse me. So, blah blah blah. You just a challenge with knowledge or arcane power. Like I did that a few times.
Yeah, I want to say that you did that twice also.
Yeah. Expects your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. So I didn't express my heritage or background, but I'm actually getting sort of an idea of sort of Sly's core drives and beliefs. And I think 2 of them, which I did express today, that I'm actually kind of excited about. So the first one is resolving things without violence. So kind of trying to basically be convincing or like, almost, I don't say manipulative, that sounds so mean, but like manipulative in the sense where like, instead of just seeing the guy out and like killing him or trying to do something like that, he was like, no, I'm going to try and convince this guy to like be nice to the princes and like try to achieve things through diplomacy. So that's kind of like one angle. And then the other one is sort of the curiosity angle that often gets Sly into trouble, which is like, I'm also going to go into the spirit realm with this guy because I think he might know something. And I think I can use that information to like get dirt on the lampblacks or to have like some kind of ace up my sleeve.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think... do you think you did that enough to take 2, or do you just want to take 1? You tell me.
I'd like to take 2 and establish them as separate angles, because I think they are separate. Because one is more of a focus on like non-violent resolution, and the other one is a focus on like just like getting as much knowledge as possible.
Right, they are separate angles, but they're also like you're doing the thing. You like, you know what I mean? I
I did it at the same time.
Yeah, at the same time. But I guess it was like going into and then talking to him was very different because you could have talked to him in a much different manner. So I'm gonna say, yeah, sure, let's take 2. That's you talked it out and you convinced me. I'm convinced. You can take your advancement.
Okay. I gotta make those 2 separate things so I can play them both.
Yeah, and never mind. This is the titular, very wild character that we've seen played, and you took the advice of driving a character like a stolen car, and you just hammered it home. Did you address a challenge with calculation or conspiracy? I think you tried to. I think you tried to dig up dirt and use it against him. I think definitely. Was there another time your character did that during this time?
I don't know about I don't know if it counts as conspiracy, but maybe calculation in that I got plans from the insight from my architect friend about the service hallway.
Yeah, you definitely did that, and I think that does count as calculation. Definitely, I definitely think you did that. So I'm gonna give you 2 for that. Excellent. I almost forgot about that, and that was awesome. So did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background during play?
I don't think I did really. I think I don't think for that one, but for struggled with issues from vice or traumas, I tried to for getting dirt on that guy. I tried to bring in my gambling vice as a crux, but I don't know if that counts because it was just something I'd mentioned as opposed to having it be something we did later, during cooldown or off time.
Yeah, I think we wouldn't count that for your vice, but I think you just gained the cold trauma and were taken out of play. So I think you definitely get XP for that. You definitely, and now you have the opportunity to play that up and to make that more of a problem for your character and to get XP. So I think that is very, very cool. Did you ever make desperate rolls, or did it not turn desperate when you were rolling?
I think the roll for making him self-terminate was a desperate roll.
Yeah, so when you do that, you're supposed to mark in resolve, insight, or powerless. So you did a sway. That would be a resolve, a little tick. So I put that up 1. Did you do another desperate roll?
I think I did at least one. I did a controlled. See all my rolls.
Controlled. I think that failure kind of turned some of the things desperate. And Andrews is always desperate because he's using using his his attune to do effects that aren't standard or doesn't have a thing for the ability to use. So okay, I think around there is when it started to turn desperate and your character was taken out of action because you resisted getting held up and then basically grappled and fought with. Yeah, that's perfect. I think we are done now. What a great little end to this little saga.
I decided, by the way, that I am going, for my special ability, I'm going to take the Devil's Footsteps.
What does the Devil's Footsteps do?
When you push yourself, choose one of the following additional benefits. Perform a feat of athletics that verges on the superhuman, or maneuver to confuse your enemies so they mistakenly attack each other.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Inspired by my daring escape.
I was going to say.
Excellent. And
a superhuman version would be just jumping up onto the rooftop or something.
And Sly, you think you've leveled up too? Did you choose one of your things?
Yeah, and I'm still thinking. So, I'm.
Oh, you have a double. It's doubled up too. So I'm gonna take everything after veteran away. Right? Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Sweet. Can you do that with my item list as well, please?
I see.
For my
everything after the second.
After the Demon Bane charm. Thank you.
Okay.
Nice. That is annoying me for a while. Okay, this is much easier to read.
And also your strange friends.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't know why it keeps doubling, but yeah.
There we go.
So I can do Ghost Mind, Iron Will. I'm trying to think what would be best for the group, but Hoarded, Tempest. Maybe we should think about what's going to help me deal with Cetera when I inevitably have to deal with that.
So
I mean, you can de-tick the clock.
True.
So you have this thing called special armor, and it's in an armor use. I don't think it is a I don't think it counts for load, but you can click warded and you gain the use of this a box that's special. So whenever you have consequences of like, oh, and your soul is whatever, or like soul shattering, you'd be like, I resist it for free with the use of the armor. And you click that, and it'd be anything in supernatural, so you become a little bit better. But then, or you can become more defensive, or you can become more magical and more terrifying with some of the other things, I think.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed causing that ruckus with Wreck. I'm wondering if I should pick up Tempest and just start using Wreck to blast things all the time. And then I can also create storms. And we're on a boat, so I can like create fog, so we can hide in the fog. Okay, I'm picking Tempest. It's too cool.
Okay, that's awesome. Great.
Yeah.
Well, that is great. I think when we come back, Tyler will probably have the ability to pick either Nevermind or Charnel, which will be cool, depending on mission dependent, of course.
Yeah. Should I be focusing this on like who should I best choose for whatever job we're doing, or should I just stick to a favorite? Because up until now, I've been like, oh, this is my first, best, only, and last appearance of Arcos. But if I got like a rogues gal, or if I got like a roster I can choose from.
Yeah, you do whatever you feel like is coolest. Of course, if you do want to just pick one and keep it, you could send Arcos to jail for the crew, and the crew sheet will the wanted level will go down, and he'll be in jail for a few months in game time, which might still, when we come back, might still be happening. And of course, if you have enough if enough people have gone to jail, everyone could pick a jailed person and do a jail score.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Or a jailbreak to break them out, or what have you. But okay, that's enough about next time. I definitely want to come back and play this game eventually and continue on the princes. I feel like Blades in the Dark is such like a cool system. It's very like, once we get into the flow of like the improv of it all, I think it starts flowing. So I think it's very cool, very, very cool and very actiony. So I'm glad to do that. But yeah, so see you next time, and viewer, we'll be probably switching and playing some other RPGs. But I'll probably have a faction turn while this is still fresh in my memory. Before we actually end it all, so that we something will happen, and I'll post that on my players. Feel free to view it if you want, but if you don't want spoilers for what's happening behind the scenes, don't. I guess, but it doesn't matter. I don't think too much, but I'll do that at some point. I'll post it on YouTube. So bye bye.